This is IHSEN iRacing, presented by the Indiana Esports Network. And good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name's Drew Rhoda. I'm the lead coordinator here for the Indiana Esports Network, and I'm joined by Alex Jones.
Driver that he just killed. Hello.
All right. Hey, Alex, on your end, for some reason your audio just got really low, and I hear a ton of the kid audio too. So I don't know what's going on.
Mic check.
Oh,
Mic
man,
check.
that's so much stronger. There we go. Hey, everybody, welcome. As you can see from the live shot here in France, it is raining at the circuit. It started raining about 10 minutes ago. Our overlays don't have any information for rain yet, but I can give you a quick. Oh, as we can see, the track starting to get soaked. I can get everybody to look here at the radar. That's the current radar picture for the students. That is rain that's coming in, and it should be interesting to see. You can hear the students very, very chatty on the radios trying to figure out exactly how it's going to go. It looks like it's probably going to rain a little bit during the race with the heaviest portion of rain, although I bet it doesn't stay rainy for long as we get an hourly play-by-play here. It looks like it's going to be partly cloudy, so once this front comes through, I think we're going to be dry. Alex, your thoughts on racing in the rain?
It's definitely very difficult. It can prove a definite challenge to a lot of drivers, as we're probably watching right now. But it definitely also can help some drivers that might not be as good in the dry. Certain drivers benefit definitely from the rain. You'll probably still see the normal names up front, as it does typically help the drivers that are really strong in the dry. But some drivers are really strong in the wet and aren't so strong in the dry, and we'll see that today as we see a good bit of little drifting there. Um, I think it will definitely benefit some, but we also could see a lot of chaos here, especially if we have lapped cars come into play. Then we'll definitely see some interesting battles going on.
Well, I think that was chaos is the name of the game from last week. Viewers, if you watched our show last week, a bit of a shock podium with Lawrenceburg scoring a 1-2. We had the big one in lap 3, and I think every car but the Lawrenceburg cars got tagged on that one. And Lawrenceburg Tigers hold on to finish it, and Lawrenceburg, Pablo goes 1, Leland goes 2, and Pike Drew, who claims he has the curse of the third place, in third place from last week. We'll see what happens this week.
Yeah, and that was the first non-Carmel win of the year. And thus far, that happens most every season around the same time when the first non-Carmel win of the year happens. We'll see here, though. If history has anything to say, this race should be interesting, as we had a very interesting race here last year. But we'll see.
Absolutely. I think the rain has thrown a lot of chaos into it. At 7.5 minutes remaining in qualifying, nobody has scored a lap yet with a representative time. iRacing requires you, as we're riding on board here with Zach, iRacing does require you to score a lap without going off track at all. And so we'll see what happens here as these guys, going through. Zach was fastest in the dry, but it got all topsy-turvy once the rain hit, and it was difficult to really get a feel for who's going to be fastest in the wet. And from what we can tell, okay, I'll put my cards on the table. I know how the rain is coming through because I created it, but the drivers don't know that, which means the audience is not allowed to know that either. Well, we can tell it's probably not going to rain all race, but when is it going to stop? Is it going to stop with 10 minutes left, with 4 minutes left? Is it going to stop when the white flag comes out? We'll just see how it all plays out.
Yeah, and it's interesting that no one has set a lap time yet. That means that almost everyone has crossed the line from the looks of it, but most everyone has been unable to set a clean lap time. Um, which is very interesting that nobody was able to set a clean lap time on their first lap. We'll see on the second lap here if anyone is.
This will be interesting to see. How's the sim going to handle it if nobody sets any lap times? Oh, Lord.
Yeah, to my knowledge, the sim does it by iRating if nobody sets a lap time, which is very interesting because a lot of these guys have the same iRating.
Which would be the rookie I rating. That could be, I don't know. We'll see what happens. This could be a wild day, viewers. I am here for it. Check in here with Zane from Blackford High School. Oh, finally we got one. Robert scores a 151. And
Zach just a bit faster.
So just to give you a heads up, our current fastest time is a 151.2. If I show full screen results from practice, powered by AppShare.in, Zach's fastest time was a 134.3 from practice. To give you any indication on how hard these guys are working in the rain to try and get these cars around the circuit. I got a couple times
It looks
now.
like a real struggle there for a lot of these guys. They're all over the place.
While we are here, got a free moment. I want to take an opportunity to recognize the Indiana Esports Network. The Indiana Esports Network is a 100% volunteer-driven, educator-led, free-to-students organization. IEN is a collective of over 150 school districts across the state, ranging in size, demographics, and socioeconomic populations, all with the same goal: to use esports as a vehicle, my favorite part, to engage students who aren't involved in traditional athletics or after-school activities, to increase academic performance and motivation, to create an inclusive community of students that fosters social growth, and to provide students with meaningful opportunities to develop 21st skills and career competencies in a novel way. If you are a teacher, administrator, IT person from your school system, and you're looking at this saying, oh man, how do I get my kids out here? As Matthew takes a little trip across the grass, I'll tell you what, it's a lot easier than you might think. Head on over to indianaesportsnetwork.org and click that schedule a meeting button as Matthew is, exploring. You'll get linked up with the board of directors right away, and those guys are great. They'll talk you through it, and you'll be on track pretty soon. I myself am a program director. I am the program director for East Tip Middle School, and I tell you what, after about 40 minutes of a meeting and talking me through how it all works, my kids were competing, just like your kids could be very soon. If you're a student or a parent out there and you're thinking, well, gee golly, how can I get my kid involved in this thing? I'm not a teacher. Go find a teacher. Have them contact us at the Indiana Esports Network, and hopefully we'll be on track with you soon.
Yeah, and we have some very quick lap times rolling in here. Everyone seems to be getting a lot of people got their banker lap in early, and then now they're really speeding up the times.
Smart. Let's take a look here. So Robert is at the top of our timing sheets at a 1:46.9. Let's see where Zach's coming in. Can he put the hurt on his teammate? Not like that. With all those guys stuck there in the corner. I think staying out of the way of lapper traffic or spinners is going to be a real challenge trying to put in a fast lap here for Zach. He's currently second place in the championship standings and not only needs a good showing today, but also needs Robert to not have a good showing. So we'll see how it goes. Hey, Robert had himself a little bit of trouble. Talk us through that one, Alex.
I did miss that.
Oh, no, the last week he did not finish the race.
Last week, yes. Sorry, I thought you referred to just now.
Nope.
Yeah, last week he did not finish the race due to unserved penalty. He was attempting to push it a little long to stay with Pablo and work with him in the draft and get some positions back. And unfortunately, he did not serve his penalty within 3 laps, which in iRacing itself will disqualify you if you do not serve a drive-through penalty within 3 laps of it being given.
Yeah, famously, Michael Schumacher very wisely went through and served a penalty on his last lap, but he knew that the start-finish line was on the pit lane, so he served his drive-through penalty on pit lane as his penalty as he was crossing the finish line, and it counted. So now racing series are gotten pretty wise to that one, and they make sure guys don't do that anymore. Not that that's what Robert was trying to do. It's unfortunately a miscalculation for him. But guys, guess what? That happens in real racing, and it makes our season pretty exciting. With a minute left to go here, we'll see what happens. I don't know if Zach's going to be able to. Oh, darn. Yeah, I think that probably scrubs it for Zach, as he's currently in 6th place.
Yeah, and only about half the cars have set a lap time here. We still have another half that are yet to set a lap.
This could be a messy day. Hey, shout out to those Lawrenceburg guys. See Lawrenceburg lighting up. See what I did there? The L's. I love the alliteration, Lawrenceburg. Lawrenceburg lighting up my chat stream over here. So shout out to all guys down south. Y'all down there almost near Cincinnati. You guys are so far down there. But good to see so much representation from our friends in Orange.
Yeah, and I think they're on a little hot streak here from last week. We'll see if they can keep that up, but sure the confidence high and the emotions are good going into this week. I'm sure they'll definitely try and bring that momentum.
Absolutely, you gotta love it. And I think you were talking me through numbers, Alex. I think numbers-wise, 3rd place is open to like 7 possible people, depending on how the season goes.
Yeah, 3rd place is still open to every single driver within the top 7, other than Robert cannot fall down to 3rd. But Drew could pass Zach for 2nd, which puts Zach in 3rd. Or anyone 3rd to 7th is still within points range to get 3rd in the championship.
Oh my goodness. And I think this is going to stand actually as we see a new person atop the timing screens here for our grid. Now this might shift if somebody puts in a banker lap real quick, but it looks like 1 is Pike Drew, 2 is Robert Fisk. That's fastest lap for him in the wet. Pablo followed by Leland, 3-4. Ty, newcomer from Tri-Township, 5. Zach in 6. Remember, he was fastest in the dry. We'll see how that plays out today. Axel Saldana, 7. BD Zach in 8. The 2 purple colleagues next to each other. Jameson Daniel in 9. Just showing off his new go-kart. He's going to be real racing in real life. It's pretty exciting. He was talking to us about it before we went live. Gary Nunley from Union City in 10. 11, Gerardo Galindo, Pike High School. In 12, Alex from Hobart High School. And in 13, Matthew Basinger. That does not include all the people who have yet to qualify. So we'll see what happens. I'm not sure how that's going to go. This could be wild. Good to see Mr. Herbert there on the stream. As I bring my overlays up. Is it going to matter for Zach? Yeah, Zach shoots up to 4th. All right, that's not bad. A last-second lap there from Zach gets him from 6th to 4th. Still probably a little lower than where he wants to be. And hats off to Pike Drew. Pike Drew running and edges out Robert in the rain by 6/100ths of a second. Well, almost 7/100ths of a second. And takes pole position. Gets some extra points on that one. That helps Zach's chances a little bit, even though he did not get all the points from qualifying. He does take some points away from Robert. And here we go. This could be an interesting day. And all right. We're still waiting for somebody to finish up. Who's still driving?
Pike Ethan. Let's see if he gets a lap time.
No. They just bounced him. My screens just went blank.
Yep.
All right, so it looks like that Pike Drew is going to stick. Let's see what happens. And we're gridding here in the Indiana Esports Network. And let's see if I can get a shot of the grid. Look at all those cars with their lights on, with the rain. We expect the rain to stop at some point during the race. We're not 100% sure when that will be, as 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 have not gridded as Lawrenceburg Pablo finally comes in. Still waiting on Pike Drew to get in here. You know, part of me feels like it's a little unsafe to run the Goodyear blimp here in the rain, but here we are. Or the helicopter. Yeah, I'm not sure I want to do that. And getting ready to go racing here in the Indiana Esports Network with man on pole, Drew Scheel from Pike High School. We'll see if he can hold on. Robert's pretty good.
Yep, and it'll be loose into turn one. All these cold tires.
and
Everyone going in with a little more rain than we had in qualifying. We'll
it's
see.
pouring. Take a look at our weather here. Weather conditions of rain. Oh, we are green flag racing. It looks like Teddy might have jumped the start on that one. Drew goes early to try and block Robert. And we're off. All right.
Oh, and Drew getting a little sideways on the start.
Oh, he's holding on to it, though.
So hold on to it.
All
Drifting
right.
through the corner.
All right, I'll give it to him. I'll give it to him. And looks like Robert is trying to get around him. This guy's trying to find the dry line through there. There's a lot of water.
Oh, and Pablo spins in the back.
Is that Pablo? Yeah, Lawrenceburg Pablo takes a spin.
A race winner from last week.
Happens. It looks like Alistair might have crashed. Let's do a replay here. Here is the Alistair replay. Looks like he's turning around. Maybe come back on the track. Oh, and takes out the Ben Davis driver. Come on now, Alistair. All right, and another crash here. Franklin Mason just clipped the side. I think that's Teddy Lamb from, boom, Teddy Lamb from Harrison High School. Going back live here. Live shot, and it looks like.
And we have a new situation developing that I just got an info for.
Oh.
There's a tornado warning in Indiana. So
Look
is
out.
it not only raining in France, it is raining and really raining in Indiana.
And it looks like Pike Drew has a sizable, if I'm reading this right, sizable lead. I wonder what happened here.
Does indeed. It appears Robert had an issue. He's dropped down quite a few positions, actually.
I don't see him. Carmel Robert is driving slowly.
Yeah, he appears to have a spin. I'm watching it now. He appears to have just spun on one of the corners and fortunately lost a few positions on that.
Well, Pike Drew driving his own race. And let's take a look here. Tri-Township ties. Gerardo Galindo comes in. And that 10 car is Carmel Zach. So that is a pass for actual position here. He's pretty close. You know, those guys from Tri-Township are newcomers to the league. They're great-looking cars with a bunch of sponsors on the side of them. Let's see if I can zoom into that one. It looks like James Daniel got himself a black flag. It's tough. I don't know if I can find the... None of these are right. Anyway, those cars looking pretty great. You can see their logo on the front. That Car Quest in the back. Anyway, this is Tri-Township cars. Ty running in second place. Zach is doing everything he can to get around him. Ooh. Oh, that was Harrison Jamin just serving this. Probably serving the black flag penalty. And Pike Drew turns another fastest lap. And that, guys, that's wild. If you are not watching the timing, powered by Apptioneer.in, the TV overlay for iRacing, that is up on the screen. You can check that out. Pike Drew's fastest lap is a 150.4. Tri-Township's Ty's fastest lap was a 152.0. So that gives you any indication. Pike Drew is burning it.
Yep, Pike Drew is moving. Got a good gap to Ty behind him, who's currently in a battle with Zach. Zach's getting pretty close. We'll see if he can try and take the position.
Yeah. Hey, for some reason my timing tower wasn't going up. Appreciate you guys going on there. All right, so question from the chat was, how do you get the cameras up on your end? You can't get the cameras unless you have iRacing. If you have iRacing, just ask me and I'll add to the league. You can watch it on your own if you would like. But you could also bounce over to the live timing room from IHSEN. That's that live timing up there, and that'll give you what's going on. As it looks like Zach finally gets around Ty. That was probably a long time
Yeah, and Pike Drew's still setting good lap times. Last
Oh
lap, he
no!
was 2 seconds.
Zach
Oh,
goes for a spin, and all that hard work undone. Oops. All right, here we go. What happened? Zach overcooks it a little bit going down the hill. Goes a little long. Looks like he keeps the car out of the wall. This is a replay powered by IHSEN. The TV overlay for iRacing. And we're going back live. All right, let's see who else we got here. Who else is close? Oh, looks like there's a little battle here going on. Alistair and Pike Ethan, and I think that was an actual pass for position through several cars there. I don't know if that was a little bit of a bottleneck or what. Right on board with Alistair, who's got Pike Ethan ahead.
Robert dropped down the standings. He pitted. Robert's taking a pit stop very early.
Huh. Now there is one pit stop in here. Maybe he looked at the radar and saw that if he takes his pit stop now, he'll be able to move a little faster towards the end of the race. I'm not sure. Maybe he's not taking any chances with the stops this time. Just stopping as early as possible. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe. I'm not entirely sure why he's done that.
And Pike Ethan trying to get the pass done here is, oh, bummer. Oh, no, they have a little bit of a staff meeting down there. And it looks like Zach again knocking on the door versus Tri-Township Ty.
Yeah, we'll see if he can get the position this time and hold it.
I think that was interesting. You saw Ty take a super wide line around that. And Zach kind of staying more towards the curbs. In general, in the rain, you find a lot of curbs be pretty slippery because of the paint. And iRacing does simulate that, but it's just interesting to see the lines the guys are taking.
Yeah, these two drivers are taking very different lines, but getting very similar lap times. It does appear that Ty's playing it a little more dangerously in my mind. He appears to be sliding through a lot of the corners, taking it wide, but Zach appears to be holding the racing line, or the dry line, as you'd expect. So it is interesting to see as both of them just go completely sideways into one. Both of them are obviously struggling to hold down the grip here, but it's definitely working for both of them.
Absolutely.
Either of their strategies.
They're making it through, although Ty did pull out a little bit of an advantage there. You know who is pulling out a lot of an advantage? Pike Drew, who is gone at 10 seconds in front.
But you know who else is coming? Lawrenceburg Pablo's joining this little battle here between Ty and Zach. He just set the fastest lap of the race.
There it is. Our winner from last week.
He's joining this battle. Yeah.
And he is, as they pass, I think that's Mason from Franklin County. Get around him a little bit. And we're going through. Yeah, there's the cat eyes tracking you down. My favorite livery on the track.
Yeah, it'll definitely be interesting to see if he can get both positions here, or what happens with this little swap around we might have.
Well, that's interesting. Zach really gets the car stopped and slow to turn around that turn, but I think Ty is able to carry more momentum taking that wider line. And my guess is that line might come advantage Ty as the track begins to dry out whenever the rain decides to stop. And
yeah, definitely. Oh, Zach, they're going for an early pit.
Wise idea from Zach. He's tired of fighting it, so he's going to go pit now, and hopefully he can make up some time in clean air as we
Yeah,
go
and
through.
maybe it was a strategy move from Carwell. As we had Robert also pit early. Maybe that was a strategy that they come up with early in the race or before the race even, and they all decided to pit early.
Absolutely. As Robert gets around Ben Davis Axel, chase down. He's a little ways back here. And again, that's also with a pit, as we see a lot of pit stops. Zach's in for a pit. Zach, BD Zach's, Alistair's in for a pit. Matthew Basinger just pitted. So a lot of guys coming into pit now. Ethan Bonds is coming into pit. You can see those notifications on the right-hand side of the screen. Those are automatically go through. I'll be honest, sometimes the overlay misses people on those pits. I'm not quite sure what does or does not trigger it. As we see some action here in the pits. And
We had a report there. Driver on dry tires in this wet.
I love it. I love the different strategy calls, guys. It's my favorite.
Yeah, as we have a tie here, he's catching Drew a little. Um, let's see, his last lap appears to be about 2 seconds faster than Pike Drew, so he's catching.
It's interesting, though. Lawrenceburg Pablo is currently in second, so I know maybe Ty stopped and put dry tires on. As here's your second place driver, Pablo from Lawrenceburg, as Pablo dives into the pits. And we'll see what's the gamble. Are we going to go dry tires or are we going to not? Let's take a look at this radar here. It's going to look ugly for a second. Sorry, all y'alls. As we go to the radar. And it looks like we're through it. We're through the rain. There's no more rain in the forecast, so the track will continue to dry as we make it through the session. The last 10 minutes or so here, 8 minutes or so. Go back up. What do we got? What do we got? So we're taking a look here. Ty is our current race leader. I don't know. Maybe Drew. Did Drew stop? Or maybe
Yeah, Drew did take a pit stop there. I wonder if he went up to dries or not.
Yeah, I don't know. I wonder what happens. A little bit topsy-turvy order here. Let me look if I can figure out. Pike. A lot of events. I'm sure that this isn't. Yep. Pike Drew took his pit stop on lap 6, but I don't know if Ty has taken his pit stop yet. Do I have that information here? Ty has not yet pitted. So drivers who have not yet pitted are. Can I show that? I think I can show that. I cannot show that. At least not under my current setup. With that being said, drivers who have not pitted: Tri-Township Ty, Ben Davis Axel, Pike Ethan, Ben Davis Frank, Unicity Kendrick, Hobart Alex, and Blackford Zane. Everybody else has already pitted. So the way that we've set the race up, there shouldn't be enough fuel to make it to the end. You don't necessarily, if you can somehow make it to the end without refueling, that's fine. But we found that most drivers need to make it to the end.
Yeah, and Robert here, he's coming up through the field as well. He's coming back after his few little spins. He's past Pablo now and is chasing after Drew.
Yeah, it looks like Lawrenceburg Leland here is right behind Ben Davis' Zach. That would have been a pass for position. They were pretty close, but looks like they've pulled some distance back from that now. And here's your current race leader. Now it's a little squirrely because he hasn't stopped. And the pit stop will take more than 8 seconds. But it looks like Robert Fisk scores the fastest lap as the track begins to dry. And that is a hustle at a 1:48. That is 2 seconds faster than Pike Drew's fastest lap.
Yeah, and you can definitely tell the track's drying out here. A lot of drivers are going on very fast laps here. So it is interesting. I don't know how many drivers are on the dry tire, if any, but it would be interesting to see if any of these drivers are on the dry and how they're doing. Because it definitely seems to me to be a wet track, but I know that there have been some drivers coming on the radio and saying that they might be on dry tires.
It's wild. As we ride on board with Alex from Hobart. That purple and gold bricky machine.
And Robert's got to be careful here. He's on 7X, one more off track, and he's going to get
Oh boy.
a
And you did it.
I may have jinxed him.
The
Oh,
caster
no.
curse is real. For those of you who didn't quite catch it, Robert just received his 8th incident point and now has to serve a penalty. That might put his hopes of catching Pike Drew a little bit out of reach. And if I were you, Robert, I would serve that one early.
Yeah.
Oh.
Don't do what happened last week.
And look what we have here. Pike Drew at a 147. As this could be interesting. As of right now, if the finishing order holds, Ty in second place is, well, now just third. He's in the pits. Well, I don't know if it's going to go through. I was hoping we'd see that. Could punch his ticket to the All-Star race. We will see. And it looks like other than Union City Kendrick, everyone has pitted. So we don't have to worry about pit stop cycles. And current race leader after the pit stop cycle here is Pike Drew, 23 seconds ahead of Pablo in second place. And Robert is going. Hey, Zach from Carmel finished out and added fastest lap. That 146. Remember, in the dry, he was the fastest earlier today.
Yeah, he said the fast lap without a front bumper, which is interesting. Maybe the weight was slowing him down.
That's right. He's doing some aero modifications on track. Oh. Let's see, Lawrenceburg Leland's here. As I think Zach gets around Lawrenceburg Leland. And I tell you what, Carmel Roberts still has a black flag. I'm hoping that that clears and he didn't get another one. So a lot of these black flags that are coming through, I think, are largely due to students just accumulating enough off tracks and mishaps in the rain. That's what it is. And I tell you what, it looks like Pablo is catching Pike Drew. Pablo's last lap was 147. Pike Drew's last lap was a 149. But mathematically, I don't think they'll have enough time. We're about a lap and a half or 2 laps. Who was that just spun back there?
Oh no, we've had both Tri-Township cars disconnect due to issues with their internet. It appears they probably lost power in this storm.
And that happens. Unfortunately, the rules, there's not really a way to obviously redo the race. And so that's unfortunate. No different than in real life if, something goes wrong with your car or that does count as a disconnect, as it looks like Robert is currently in the pits. So he will tumble down the order, and that makes for an interesting day for Carmel Zach. And let's take a look at the championship standings. As our finishing order lays, Zach is only 48 points back, but cutting his lead ever closer. And I tell you what, with Drew here where he is in the race, nope. It is close, though. He does not clinch third place, but it is close with Pablo in second. If Pablo was a little bit further back, that would have been a different story. And final lap here in the Indiana Esports Network, Pike Drew. Oh, gosh, buddy. You're 21 seconds up. Just make it to the finish line, please. And right now, 1 is Pike Drew, 2 is Pablo, 3 is Carmel Zach, 4 is Leland. All right, Leland, not a bad job here, buddy. Number 5, Zach from BD. 6 is Axel Saldana from Ben Davis. Ethan Bonds in 7. Let's see how this goes. We are anxiously awaiting seeing what happens here. And I know, Alex, you've probably felt this before. At this point in the race, you know you just got to bring it home. You got to keep it safe. There's a lot of emotions running through that in there. You're excited, but also you don't want to get ahead of yourself.
Yeah, definitely. You gotta keep it safe. Sometimes this is the most dangerous part of the race, the most stressful. You're definitely gonna make the most mistakes here, so just gotta keep your head about you and focus in.
As he gets around Teddy Lamb from Harrison High School, our race leader. Pike Drew won a race last year by a little bit by surprise. Has been knocking on the door most of the year. I believe we talked in the pre-race meeting about curse of the 3rd place as Pike Drew crosses the finish line. No 3rd place curse anymore. Pike Drew, you are a race winner in the rain. Congratulations. We'll talk to you in a little bit as he does a little spin for style, the points there. Pablo is second place coming across the start-finish line. And you see a little turn of the wheel there. Congratulations, Pablo. Pretty big run here at the end of the season for Pablo. That's a 2nd place finish, so last week 1st place. And the fastest lap, which means he's nicked a couple points there as Carmel Zach comes up the hill.
Yep, still without a front bumper. But it appears he'll get 3rd place.
Good enough for 3rd place. Lawrenceburg Leland coming around. Everybody's pretty far spread out on this track today, so there he is, the number 7 car.
So we have a good battle between the 2 Ben Davis cars for 5th place here.
At the line. At the line. Is he going to pull it? Pulled out of the draft. I think he might have pulled out too late. That would have been a great last place finish. Oh, no. As Zach is spinning. And Kendrick Larson from Union City High School. Let's see if anybody's out on track still going here. Got Alex from Hobart High School as he comes up that hill one last time. Survives in the dry. We play to win. Lawrenceburg guys, I tell you what, you're winning the social media battle. You guys are all over this stream. It's so funny. It makes me laugh. All right, and Pike Drew. Let's see if he's going to do some donuts here. He is. There you go. And we're going to go to in the car is what it looks like. Oh, man, that is funny. Congratulations to Pike Drew. And let's see if I can find some guys here in this room. We got a few people. Let's first, before I do any interviews, let's go ahead and show the full screen results powered by AppGenier.in, the TV overlay for iRacing. Race results after 11 laps. Pike Drew is in first. Pablo, second place. Zach in third. Leland, fourth. Zach, 5. Axel, 6. Robert, 7. Kendrick, 8. Alistair, 9. Jameson, Daniel from Harrison High School is in 10. 11th, Alex Kaiser. 12, Ethan Bonds. 13, Matthew Basinger in the 6-7 machine. The 9-7, it's like an upside-down 6, is Gerardo Galindo. Ty from Tri-Township was leading a couple of that race early, and then I think the pit stop cycle cycled him down. Zane in 16, 17 is Teddy Lamb, 18 Mason Bennett, 19 BD Frank, 20 Alden from Tri-Township, And Gary in 21st from Union City High School. Congratulations all to those who finished the race today. And hey guys, who do I have here? Do I have a Zach? I do. Zach, how's it going?
Pretty good.
Yeah, man. Hey, first of all, congratulations, third place finish, and you chisel away a little bit at that lead from your Carmel colleague. Talking through today's race, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, at the start, um, Ty overtook me a bit, and Robert made a mistake, and he almost caught back up to me, but then he was gone for some reason. I'm not really sure what happened to Robert, but eventually I decided that since the track was warming up, or the track was getting better, it was a good time to pit. So I took a pit, and then I got a speeding in the pits. So I got a 40-second penalty,
Oh
which
no!
really set me back.
Yeah, I tell you what,
But
your finishing order, you would have been second place, maybe battling Pike Drew for third.
yeah, and then I was able to make back a ton of positions. I was comparing my lap times to the people up front, and I was pretty much like fastest one on track except for Pablo. He was very fast, so good on
Absolutely,
him.
and he
But
finishes the day with the fastest lap on lap 12. Now, everybody's fastest lap, it looks like, was either 10, 11, or 12. But Pike Drew, Pablo, Carmel Zach, Leland from Lawrenceburg, BD Zach, and Ben Davis Axel all had fastest laps on, I think, the last one.
and then I feel super bad for Ty. He was doing super well, and then got the disconnect. But
Yeah.
It's a bummer. It's unfortunately it's kind of what it is, and I feel for those guys. Been there, done that, and yeah, that's a bummer. Luckily, the bright side, those guys are newcomers to the league, and I think that's going to be a really strong team for next year. All right, hey Carmel Zach, talk to me about who do you need to say thanks to today?
I gotta say thanks to my coaches, my teammates, of course, my family, and especially Mr. Drew
Yeah.
Rhoda.
Okay. All right. Thanks. And congratulations, man. Third place finish. Pablo
Thank
from
you.
Lawrenceburg. This is starting to become a little bit of a habit here. Congratulations on second place finish.
Thank you very much.
Hey, man. Talk me through your race from your point of view. What are your thoughts?
Well, it was pretty lonely, to be honest. I started out cold tires. I kind of got a little nervous and spun in one of the first corners, and then I just kind of started building it back up. I pitted a lot later than everyone else did because I was just trying to see if the track dried up to put dry tires on, but I didn't because it didn't dry up as much as I wanted it to. But no, lonely race. I really didn't fight or pass anyone, but had some quick laps at the end there.
You had some very quick laps at the end. I'm not sure if you're aware, but you set the fastest lap on the very last lap. So you gained some extra points on that one. So congratulations. And, there's nothing wrong with having a little bit of a lonely race. You get out there and do your thing and run your race, and you pick up a second place. Congratulations, Pablo. Who do you got to thank today?
Well, obviously, my coaches, my parents, you.
Absolutely. Well, hey, congratulations, Pablo. Super excited for you guys. It was pretty cool race. So good one for you, man.
Thank you.
And Pike Drew. What did I say to you in that pre-race meeting?
Apparently, I just need to complain to you about the curse of always being third and you making it a rain race because that seems to work. So, if you wouldn't mind changing the
right.
stats for Laguna Seca, I wouldn't mind.
Yeah,
I wouldn't complain.
Indy 500 is going to be a rain race too. It's all rain races from here on out, just for you, Pike Drew. Hey,
Thank you.
huge congratulations to you, and that was an exciting race. At one point it looked like there could potentially have been a challenger to you in that, and you held it off. And we weren't quite sure with the pit stop cycle. I think it would have been interesting to see with Tri Township Ty. I'm not sure if you're aware. Tri Township Ty had a disconnect early in the race.
Yeah, I saw that. I saw the packet loss, and I was like, oh, and he was doing so well. He was holding his own, staying in second. Because I was absolutely struggling on the downhill section, the downhill right, and it caught Robert off, and may have been a little overexcited about that, but it was not a boring race because it was always a battle with yourself.
Well, and I bet you spent a lot of that race nervously looking at that timer saying, oh, please let it stick. Please let it stick. And congratulations, man. You are a race winner of our race from France in the rain. You can wear the crown, King of the Rain, this year. It's the Rain Man. Pike Drew, congratulations.
Thanks.
Hey, who do you got to thank today?
Well, Mr. Rhoda.
Yeah, thanks. Appreciate it.
Mr. Russell, my parents, the school, Ethan, who's pointing to himself right next to me.
Yeah. I think I've seen enough of Ethan today, by the way.
Oh. Shout out Ty. Yeah, and I definitely need to shout out Ty because he did very well. It was not his own fault for getting disconnected.
And I got to be honest, I think that's super cool. Viewers out there on the screen, that these guys are competitors and they're racers. They want to be the best every week. Ricky Bobby, you ain't first, you're last. But I tell you what, these guys also have a heart for it, and to get back out there and say, gosh, that's a bummer for Ty. We wish that hadn't happened. You want to pass somebody on track. You want to pass somebody because their internet gave up. So heart, goes out there to Ty. I did get a Discord message here from Alex that did say there was a tornado touchdown here in the state of Indiana. Nothing near me in Lafayette, and hopefully all of our students out there are safe. Hopefully all of our parents and families that are watching are safe today. And yeah, heart goes out to Ty, who was doing pretty well and then had to disconnect. So, all right, Drew, congratulations. You were already in the All-Star race. You scored a podium, but put an emphatic stamp on today. You are the Rain Man. Congratulations.
Thank you. My arms are dead after that.
I'm sure it's pretty nerve-wracking. All right, Mr. Alex Jones. You still here? I think Alex had to leave the stream too. I think he was like, I got to go. There's a tornado. So hopefully everybody out there is safe. Take shelter if you hear something going on, and we'll go from there. Ladies and gentlemen, after this race, here is our full screen results powered by Aptioneer.in, the TV overlay for iRacing. Hey, Robert. So just a heads up, we're currently live, so I'm going to go ahead and mute you. All right, and full screen results powered by Aptioneer.in. Here is our championship standings with 1 to go. Carmel Robert at 600 points, Zach at 547, Pike Drew at 344, Pablo at 377. 5 is Alistair, 6 is Jameson, 7 is Axel, 8 Matthew Basinger, 9 Leland Kellums from Lawrenceburg at 233, Alex Kaiser from Hobart, and 10 at 223. Again, 1 race to go. Next week's race is the All-Star race, for those of you who are watching. And then the week after that is our final race at Laguna Seca. 11, BD Frank. 12, Zach. 13, Kendrick. 14, Gary, the Union City drivers. Pike Gerardo. Pike Lazarus in 15. 16, 17, Zane. 18, Ethan Bonds from Pike. 19, Ty. 20, Mason Bennett. 21, Teddy Lamb. 22, Alden McCormick. And then Olivia, Landon, and Matt have yet to score points. All right, everybody. Hey, thanks for sticking with us today. Thanks for being here, and we will see you again this time next week for the All-Star race. That's the road course from the Indianapolis Motor Speedway right in our backyard. Guys, the month of May will be here before we know it. Come on, race fans. And I can't wait to see what happens next. Hopefully everybody's staying safe out there, and have a great night.